So when some people have been in charge of planning or creating things like schools or apartments or buildings or daily items that we might use in our daily lives, whatever, they should really try them themselves when they are planning and creating them, and really put themselves in that client's, that user's shoes who is going to be using that specific item or living in that specific apartment, building, whatever the thing is, but they're going to be using it in some way. So they're going to be the client. They're going to be the customer. So this is so infuriating because I've been witnessing this too many times, the same pattern when it comes to different things like apartments, for example. When apartment companies do not take responsibility and accountability, and in the worst case, it is a legal case, a court case, legal situation. So yeah, who wants to go there? Nobody, seriously. And this is just something that I have wanted to talk about for some time. That this is very common, apparently. Especially here in Finland, it seems like people don't care about others and are very negative and depressed and alcoholics and drug users, for example, and don't respect women or girls, especially with some specific men, as I have come to witness in my own personal relationships as well, that have almost killed me and destroyed me. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So yeah, every person who is creating something, they should always put themselves in the other person's shoes before they act on it. Because seriously, if you are creating, for example, something that, is important, like a daily thing that you use daily, and that specific item lacks to fulfill its purpose. So what do? It's so ridiculous. It's so ironic. And the same thing applies to the government, that they don't know how to understand mental health patients, for example. As I've come to know in my own life, that especially here in my country, people rather think you're crazy than let you speak your mind, than let you show feelings, than let you cry. So I'm not amazed that many people are struggling with mental health issues, and some don't even know how to cry, for example. And they bottle up their pain, and what good comes out of that? No good. So it is so stupid. Like, if you would just put yourself in the other person's shoes and think about how the other person would feel when they are using your service or whatever it is, using that item or seeking for that therapy, seeking for that mental health assistance, for example, or seeking for help from someone. If you would just put yourself in their shoes, it's a small thing, but apparently it's too much for some people, because this would not be happening. It applies to so many things. So many things, apparently. Because, like, I've been reading on the news, for example, here in my country, people don't have apartments. People don't have enough apartments to live in. And it has been, when it comes to the news, it has been showing that, many people are unemployed and cannot get a job anymore, and you know, well, of course they usually always feed those negative, fearful energies in those news anyway. But anyway, it's just so sad altogether, and I just want to shut my eyes and my energy from all of that. But I want to share my thoughts about this, because this is an important point of view, because that is how we should always live, is to put ourselves in the other person's shoes before we act and think and say something. Because again, we never know what someone's going through, for example, and we don't know how much someone had to fight for their life to even be here. And, you know, we don't know how hard somebody's day was. But I don't know, this is just so silly to me that apparently it is just so difficult for some people to learn empathy, compassion, be merciful, to be understanding. Because they should really try it out before they really create something. Like, for example, an apartment. Like, if you cannot actually function and live in that apartment, you know, what do? It's like, it is just so ironic. I've just seen this like too many times, and then I've had to complain about them and, you know, report about those flaws and everything as a customer or as a client, that, you know, that specific thing just didn't work. And like in my own mental health journey, I was never able to find anyone who would actually understand me, what I'm about, and, you know, how sensitive and intuitive and emotional I am. They were just making it worse. So yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. I would not be here recording and talking and writing and everything if I did not have the willpower in me to do it, if I did not have my own life force and wisdom and everything that I have within me. Because so many people failed me when they should have supported me. People should really try out their services and look in the mirror before they do something, say something wrong, and, you know, make it worse for some people.